What's up guys, this is again Showtime with MZ, finally back with another video, and in today's one we'll be reviewing all the coolest features of the iOS 18 that's been quite out for quite some time, and I've been using the beta version. If you want to know how to download and install the beta version of the iOS 18, the link will be right here in the top corner so you can watch it and enjoy all the new features that we will be discussing in this video. So let's don't waste time and let's begin. Alright, now first things first, many changes that iOS 18 introduces are mostly in the control center. As you can see right over here, from the very beginning the control center looks completely redesigned, because here, instead of squarish icons and squarish boxes, we now have everything in a circular shape, including the toggles, the icons and the boxes themselves. Then another new thing that we have here is of course this plus icon, and as you can see, once you tap it you have a lot of functions that you can do here. So you can of course just remove the controls, such as for example the low power mode, or you can even extend some of the controls that are extendable. Well, not the dark mode, but for example you can actually change where the controls are situated, and it doesn't really have to snap to grid. You can put the icons or the controls actually at any point on your control center and it will be just completely fine. As well as you can toggle, for example, the now playing button and make it larger, so just like this, and now it will be like this. And there are multiple pages that you can have your controls in the control center. If you want to make it smaller again, you just do like this. You can move it, you can move this as well, and let's return, for example, this dark mode back into the place where it belongs. And now adding controls are now easier than ever, because you can just simply tap this add control button right over here, and here the control gallery actually appears, where you can search for controls or you can just look for yourself. I'm gonna go through all of them individually, but the main categories are the capture, including the camera functionality, clock, then the connectivity, display and brightness, including actually the text size that can be changed, then focus, home, notes, now playing remote, shortcuts, sounds, translate, utilities, including the low power mode, voice memos, wallet, watch, accessibility, and a lot of cool accessibility features. So for example, if you want to add the low power mode that I deleted earlier, it just gets right in there. Now another new button that we get in the control center is this power button. I don't know if you can really see it. You just need to long press it and then you get to the slide to power off button, so you don't really need to click the two buttons that you had previously on the volume up or down button and the power button. It's now easier to turn off your iPhone. In fact, even in the main controls things have changed. So for example, if you long press the main controls, now it has a completely redesigned look, not like we had previously. Previously it would just simply enlarge the box that we had there, but now it has completely new look. The mobile data icon is now redesigned and changed, and we also have the VPN version right over here to turn on and off. And on some occasions, I don't know why it's not here at the moment, but on some occasions there used to be a satellite mode right here as well. It's now turned off, I don't know why. Currently, if you press the airdrop, we get a new look, so these controls just basically pop down as opposed to getting inside this airdrop box as we had previously. Now another small detail that has been changed in this iOS 18 is that actually Now Playing now has a photo icon in here, and if you long press it, it will be even larger. Now I don't have really any photo here on this app, but just so that you understand the difference, here is the version of the iOS 17 side-by-side comparison, as you can see right over here, and there's no icon. There is an icon on the iOS 18. Now previously in iOS 17, if we would long press the Now Playing button, and if we would tap this button that says the source, you could choose the source where the audio will be going out, and now that is still available on the iOS 18 of course, but with a redesigned look. So if we long press it and then firstly it is down here and it says already which source it is being played to, and if you long press it, not much really changes. Another thing that has been changed completely is one of the controls, and it is the torch. Now look, if we just tap it, you see we get this option, and it is just completely amazing. We can use it from the dynamic island as well. And so what we can essentially do is that firstly we can change the amount of brightness that comes out of our torch, so intensity of the torch, by sliding up and down on the screen. But we can also make the torch more focused, so if we want it to focus on one specific place, that's how we do it. And if we want it to be more diverged and more diverted into the other spaces around, then we can do it just by sliding left and right, which is just amazing. So top, bottom, and left and right, so pretty much quite good functionality for the torch. And last new thing that is added into the control center is that if we long press it, we actually have a couple of pages. So main page is right over here, of course. Then if we scroll up, we have just the now playing icon over here with just now playing page, and then we also have the page of the main controls. And the fourth page is just whatever you want, so it is completely blank, and you can just simply add all the controls that you want and just toggle them and move them from space to space, which is pretty satisfactory experience, I guess. Now going back to the home screen, where we actually have a bunch of cool new redesigns and new features as well. So starting off, if we start by long pressing the icon here in the top left corner, we do not have the plus icon anymore. Instead we have edit icon, and actually it gives us 3 different functions. So the first one is adding the widgets, and we will talk about that later. Then we also have editing pages, we'll talk about that later. But the main thing is the customize button with different icons as well. So if you tap on the customize right over here, in the bottom corner of the screen, or just the bottom third of your screen, you will get these options, which is amazing. So what are these and how can you use them? Let's find out. So firstly, you can actually change the appearance of your icons. So if you want it to be all the icons being the light, then you can do that, as well as dark mode. And it is actually very good that with the dark mode we actually now get good dark mode icons and not just the wallpaper change. Basically, if we get out, this is actually also on other third-party apps which are getting this feature, such as Facebook, Messenger, Viber, WhatsApp, YouTube, even LiveScore, and other applications that I have are currently implementing this new feature to match the dark app icons. Now another functionality that we get is that instead of just choosing whether we want it to be light or dark, we of course can make it automatic, so it will just match the theme of your iPhone. So if you have it set on the dark mode, then the icons will be dark. If on the white mode, then the icons will be light. But another thing here that we have, and I think it is quite interesting that Apple really added this feature, is the tinted app icons. So just look at that. You can actually make all the icons of the same exact color, and you can now, here you can actually change the intensity of the colors, right, like this. And here you can change which colors you want to be on your home screen, and it is amazing. It is amazing, really, because I've known a lot of people who actually been using third-party tweaks and mods to actually make this happen, for all the icons to be in the same exact color. And it is great that Apple finally implemented this feature. You can even choose the specific color with this color gradients and make all your apps of that exact same color. I will just simply use it on automatic. Now another thing that we have here is that we can actually change the app icons from small to large, their size. And the weird thing is that when we actually change them to large, the names of the app icons, the text below them is completely gone. And that is quite strange, because we didn't actually have that happening previously in the iOS 17, all the names were actually still maintained. And the last button that we have here in the customize is this, and it just dims the wallpaper, just a little touch. Now that's as far as edit and customize goes. Now, as far as edit pages is concerned, it's just simply this look that we also could get in the iOS 8 and 17, but from a different place, and you can just simply make the changes that you want to leave out some applications and leave in some pages. Now, for example, if we tap edit, then tap add widget, and let's just add weather widget, for example, that is small, you can see that now it actually appears like this, and it has this little icon or this little toggle option over here, and what it does is that you can actually change the size of the widget depending on your preference right from the home screen. That is very good update, because previously you had to actually go through a lot of different processes to make this happen. Adding widgets is even easier now, because for example I added it from the home screen, but you know what, for example, if we again want this weather app widget, we just long press the weather app, and then here are the widget sizes that we can choose from. Simply, this is the app, then we can tap it to make a small widget appear over here, long press it again, then a medium widget appears, long press again, a large widget appears, long press it, and we're back to the app view. This is actually a fantastic change that makes widget experience so much easier. Now there are a couple of new widgets that have been added into the iOS 18, starting with the fitness widget. If we scroll right over here, we now have a training log widget which says checking your workload throughout the day. Then there are completely new health widgets, including the overnight vitals, weekly vitals, and cycle tracking. Next up on the list is the home widgets, and we actually have two new home widgets in here, which are the about electricity usage and electricity rates. And last but not least, there are the journal widgets that you can of course use, including streaks, new entry, and new entry medium. Now one widget has actually been changed, not added but changed, is this weather details widget. So if we actually take a look at it on the iOS 18, this is how it looks, and this is the look of the weather widget on the iOS 17. So you can see that UI or the design is changed, and actually text is quite bolder on the iOS 18 than on the iOS 17, but it might be actually because of different phones, I'm not quite sure. Now another thing that has been changed is that previously in the iOS 17, you see when we would transition to the app library, the wallpaper was getting dimmed. That actually is gone in the iOS 18, because we just transition and the wallpaper is there as it was before. Finally, another feature that people have been waiting for so long with these iPhones and the iOSs is the fact that actually widgets and app icons now can be placed anywhere on the home screen, so you don't really have to snap them to grid. For example, if we want the Spotify icon to move right here, we can actually do that without using this space and leaving it actually empty. And this goes not only for the app icons but also for the widgets. So for example, we just put this widget right over here, why not? Or maybe we will put it here, you see? And this goes for the new pages as well. You can actually put it right here, and maybe Spotify will be here or here or here, wherever I want basically. And another home screen feature that has been awaited for quite some time, and people have been using some mods, tweaks, and third-party developers to actually make this happen, is require Face ID. So for example, if we want this books application to require Face ID while opening, we will just simply tap it, and then it asks us require Face ID for books. This app will require Face ID or your passcode to open or show content in other apps. App content will not appear in notification previews or spotlight. Require Face ID, it will just make a simple scan of my face, and next time when I am entering the books app, it will be Face ID locked. You can enter the password or try Face ID, and then it gets right like that. And actually a hidden feature that not many people really know is that when we try to require Face ID for some application, for example the Apple Store, this doesn't work with all the applications, I don't know why, but for example the Apple Store, if we tap require Face ID, it actually gives us a second option of hide and require Face ID. If we will tap it, you can see that hide Apple Store, and it will tell us this app will no longer be visible on your phone except in a few places such as settings. Face ID or your passcode will be required to reveal, open, or use Siri with the app. And obscured app appearance. This app will be obscured on your home screen and in a folder for hidden apps in app library, so you know where it goes. And no notifications, calls, or alerts. You will not receive notifications, calls, or critical alerts from this app. So if we tap hide app, you can see it is completely gone right now. And if we go to the app library right over here and scroll all the way down, we can see this hidden folder, which we cannot see what apps are there unless we tap it, then use the Face ID, and here we go. We can actually get into the Apple Store then. And if you want to unhide the app, of course you just tap it, then long press the application, and then don't require Face ID. And it's gone. And the last area of the iOS 18 that we will be currently focusing on is the lock screen, because there are also a lot of changes in here. So if we long press it on our wallpaper, then tap customize, then we tap lock screen and tap the time analog, there is actually one new color feature, which is just colorful, and you can see this is how it looks. And not only that, but also we actually get multitudes of different fonts here. As you can see, there are just too many fonts to use for your time analog. As you can see, here are all of them. But the one thing that probably every iPhone user is glad in this lock screen is that actually we finally get in the lock screen ability to choose the controls that will be appearing at the bottom corners of the screen, as well as, of course, choosing dark and light mode has never been easier. You just simply toggle this little button and then you can choose light or dark mode. But here what is really important is that these two controls can be changed. So for example, if we don't need a torch, we tap this minus icon, then we tap the plus icon, and here again the control center gallery appears, and we can actually add any single type of control that we want to be added. For example, I want calculator app to be opened when I long press this button. If we tap down over here, you can see that now we have calculator icon, and if I long press it, calculator app opens. And this can be done with any other application, or at least the ones that are available in this control gallery, and there are, trust me, there are a lot that you're gonna like. And last thing for today's video are of course the new wallpapers that we actually get with the iOS 18. So here are all the new wallpapers that we can actually have. So this is the first one, and of course there are two different colors. So this is the light one or the dark one. This is actually dynamic, so you can actually, it changes from time to time automatically. As you can see, now it is this one, then it is that one, even the light and dark modes change. This is one of the main ones. This is just yellow blue wallpaper. This is the light mode and this is the dark mode. Then the next one that we have is this one, which is called the pink one. This is also known as one of the most prominent ones for the iOS 18. This is the light mode and this is the dark mode. And also we have this one, which I actually is my favorite personally, the azure one. And this is the light, this is the dark mode. Just look at that, the dark mode is absolutely amazing. And the last one is purple right over here, the light mode and then the dark mode. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click like and of course subscribe down below, because this was only the first part, and of course there will be the next parts. One of them might even be in this top corner, so make sure to click it and watch it, and I'll see you guys there. Bye.